Frisket Film is not a new independent movie starring Keanu Reeves. It's this stuff. I'm going to teach you how to take this stuff, apply it onto your project, your finished underpainting, to create realism that is out of this world. Let's make this happen. So here you can see I have my finished underpainting, and I'm just basically taking the roll of Frisket Film and sizing it up. And then I move over here, and since this is 11 by 14, I want to, since it's already 12 inches wide, I want to go down maybe 1 inch larger, so 15 inches. And the cutting board actually has measurements underneath, so it makes life pretty easy. And I just follow the line underneath on the cutting board, and there you go. I have a 12 by 15 inch piece of frisket paper. Alright, now trick is, how do I get it on the surface? So first thing is to actually peel the Frisket film from the paper backing, which is not easy, and you got to make sure that it doesn't roll onto itself and stick onto itself. That is a disaster when it happens. I've ruined many a Frisket film with that happening, so just be careful, take your time, and I like to slowly drape it over the board I'm working on, taking my time and just very slowly draping it like that. There you can see I just sort of smooth it out with my hands, trying to get out any large creases or air bubbles. That is not good. Also, you want to make sure you're doing this because you want the Frisket film to stick onto the surface. With my surface of the masonite gesso mixture on the hardboard or masonite panel, I don't have problems with any residue glue from the Frisket. I also take a credit card and almost like a squeegee and use that to get rid of any air pockets or even adhere it better to the surface. Once I'm happy with the Frisket film adhering to the surface and there's no air pockets, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over. What I want to do is get rid of the excess Frisket film, and I'll take the blade and go right against the board, and this is basically creating a perfect size of Frisket film on top of the finished underpainting. If you did have some excess Frisket film on the edges, it would basically start to peel. It could bunch up when you put it on the easel. So this is definitely a very important technique when applying Frisket film on a smaller painting such as this one, 11 by 14. And then you'll see the final cut over here, and it's actually pretty easy once you know this technique, these steps in succession. Like chess, you want to make sure you have your game plan several moves ahead. Now look at that, it's perfect piece of, you could never do that any other way, just to have it actually right the exact size of the piece. So now I'm going to take my Exacto knife, and there are links to that Exacto knife in the description field below. And so right now I'm deciding, what do I do? Do I do the face first? Do I paint the hair first? So what I'm going to start to do is decide to paint the background first. And but you want to have your game plan. I like doing the background first, then I'll probably go ahead and do the face and then the hair. And then after all that's done, you remove all the Frisket film, and then you go and you just work on the edges. Frisket film is amazing. It keeps all the different elements clean from overspray, but it will cause some edge issues when you want soft edges and not so hard. So here you'll see I'm pretty much cutting at a 45-degree angle. I'm not putting too much pressure down. Too much pressure is a problem. You don't want to score or create incised lines on your image that will haunt you down the line. So basically you want to be able to cut the Frisket film but not go too deep in the surface. And you'll see that I can, if it's a smaller piece like this, keep the blade on the surface as much as possible, and just make sure you don't put too much pressure. Remember, when you peel it, be careful because there might be some spots where you miss, but that was pretty much a clean cut. So with that being said, that concludes today's lesson on Frisket film. Okay, Frisket film, what is it good for? It's good for a lot of stuff, and glad I was able to share that stuff with you today. Some of the cutting techniques and how to put it on the board, which is not easy. Maybe in a later video I'll show you how to put it on a huge, like 3 foot by 4 foot. That's not easy. It's a little different method, but I ruined a lot of this stuff, guys. You know, trial and error. So hopefully my errors will save you guys some trials, or vice versa. I'm not sure. So next up, I'm going to show you guys a little tutorial on how I go ahead and mix my airbrush colors, the cups I use, everything else like that. Also, I am going to show you guys the initial color stages over the underpainting. So it's very exciting stuff. So I hope you guys will subscribe, like my videos so I could make more, and help me make this one of the biggest art instruction video channels on YouTube. I'm passionate about art, I'm passionate about teaching, and I'm passionate to help you guys exceed your expectation with your artwork. Okay, and also I know that you guys could inspire me. You already do. So let's make this happen. Let's create something both with artwork and this channel together. Don't forget, Wednesday nights on Facebook, Wednesdays at 9 o'clock, and for 1 hour I will let you guys into my studio live, maybe answer a few questions, maybe hear some of your comments, and maybe even just say hi to each other. But I get a lot of attention on that Facebook live feed, and friend me on Facebook. I'd love to be friends with you. This way we can post each other's artwork and just be inspiring to one another. Alright? Take care, guys, and great to see you here.